Hey y'all, Bill Quirk with BDU. Right before we started filming today's videos, I was talking to some of the guys out in the hall, and the issue came up with training, and some people are having a little bit of concern about going to a class. So right now, we're seeing all kinds of people from all spectrums of society are coming out and getting their first firearm. Concerns about what's going on in the news, wanting to get into concealed carry, home defense, or just starting to shoot recreationally for whatever reason. But a lot of these people are very interested in training, which is a great thing. I can't recommend and encourage that enough. But there does seem to be some reluctance or some concern about actually going to a class. And I teach full-time, that's what I do. And I'm getting a lot of requests for private instruction, and people are very concerned, well, I'd like private instruction. I'm not sure that I want to go to an actual class. And so this came up and we were discussing it out in the hall, and I just wanted to talk about that briefly and give you some reasons why perhaps a class is going to be a better option for you. Some things maybe you haven't thought about. So one of the concerns that comes up is, well, what kind of people go to classes? The people that come to these classes are just like everybody else. They're just normal people that are trying to make themselves better at whatever it is they're doing. In this case, for defensive type shooting, competition type shooting, or just marksmanship skills for recreational purposes, whatever. People are coming out trying to improve their abilities, and that's all this is about. The other big concern that we've got is, that I hear people say, is I'm not ready to go to a class yet. I'm not skilled enough to go to a class. And my response there is, you're never going to be ready until you take the plunge. A side issue here though, and something that's very important any time that you start to embark on training, is you need to make sure that you carefully vet your instructor and make sure the instructor is going to be able to give you what you need. Not what they want you to have, but what you actually need. So if you're interested in defensive use of a firearm, and you go to someone that only does competition, you may not get exactly the product that you want. Having said that, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two, no matter what anybody tells you. Shooting under pressure is shooting under pressure. But you understand what I'm saying. You want to make sure that the instructor has got the background and the credentials in order to give you what you specifically need. So once you vet your instructor and make sure they're going to be able to give you the skill set, the knowledge base that you require, then we can start talking about whether or not you're actually ready to go to the class. And I'm going to tell you that with a good instructor, you will be. Say that you're going to a fundamentals class, which is where you should start because everything is fundamentals. So you're going to go to your handgun fundamentals type class. In that class, for me, for example, I may have someone that is brand new, that has only been shooting a little bit. They just got their gun, they just got their carry gear, and they want to get that good foundational base. And at the other end of the line, I may have someone that's been doing this for 20 years and is just looking to come back and get a refresher or kick their skills to the next level kind of thing. It's all fundamentals, it's all the foundation. It's my job as the instructor to make sure that each of those people get what they need. It's not your job as the student to try and pull that out of me. It's my job to give it to you. And if that information isn't flowing, that's my failure, not yours. The big thing to understand when you go to a class is you're not competing with anybody else there. Now, if you come with a friend or something, there may be a friendly rivalry, but my point is, all you're trying to do when you go to a class is walk away better than when you walked in. And, you know, the reality is, if you get to a class and it turns out to not be what you expected, you still learned because you now know that's not what you needed. And that's going to help you make a better choice, a better, more educated decision in the future when you go back to another class. So I do encourage you to go and get good training. Looking at stuff online can be a good start, but actually getting out on the range, burning some powder with a good qualified instructor, that's the best way to start improving your skill, to get those fundamentals, that foundation that you'll need, that you can then go back and practice properly to really build something that's going to lead you on further on down the road and do you in good stead if you, God forbid, you ever need these things. So once again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Bill Quirk with BDU. Y'all stay safe.